Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to continue building this Tamiya BT-01 chassis with the Supra body. I should have finished 7 and 8 in the first video. They are part of the chassis, the lower deck. And then this video, primarily, we're going to focus on the differential. So let's go ahead and get started. All right, we're going to need the lower deck that we worked on last time. And we also need D1, which is going to be this piece right here. And we also need A8. And I believe it's going to be this one right here. Yeah, it's going to be this one. Okay, ready to go. Since there's so many screws today, I'm going to use the electric screwdriver. So let's start with the A piece here first. So it's going to turn this way, it looks like. And then it's going to set down on these 4 holes to match up these 4. That's what it looks like. And I'm just going to hand tighten these. Okay. That piece is ready, and then we're going to put D1. Looks like D1's going to be like this. And there's 4 holes, these 4 standoffs. And they're going to line up this way, I believe. Yep. And the screw's going to go from the bottom. And it's also the MA3, the Docker screws. Okay, we are done with this step. Let's move on over here. And those 2 pieces going to be D7 and D13. And I believe it's going to be this one and the one underneath it. Let's see if I can get this off. This piece looks like it's an afterthought. Oh. Like they forgot to mold it and then they decide to just slap it onto the same one. Okay. All right, so this one is on this side. This is going to hold the servo. So it's going to go right here. This is going to line up with that. And of course, this standoff is going to go here. All right, let's dry fit the other side as well. It's going to be this way, same thing. This hole is going to line up here. There you go. And now we just need to put 4 screws in. 1, 2, 3, and 4. All right, there we go. We are done with these 2 steps. Now we're going to move on to the gear differential. All right, so there's only 1 diff in this car. And everything hopefully is in this bag right here. And first we need to get this out. And when you get those 4 out. Okay, now we're going to have to grease everything. But first, let's go ahead and drop in this sun gear right here. Should be one of these. Probably need those 2 also. So we need grease everywhere. So again, that's why I use this. I'm just going to put a little where the sun gear is going to sit. Then I'm going to put some on the face. Then I'm going to assemble this. And this end is going to go on these four right here. And then here, I'm going to grease everything up. Then I'm going to drop the other sun gear like this on there. And a little bit on the back of this. And then I'm going to put this on. And these holes right here will line up with that. Okay, it's going to look like this. And put this aside, put this aside. When I build diffs, I always use this. This is a armorer's block. I'll leave a link to it in the description. It helps me stand up diffs like this. Makes it easier. And I'm pretty sure it's going to be these screws right here. MA5. Yeah. And there's going to be 4 of them. For this screw, I'm going to use my other driver. All right, this should look like this when you're done. Set that aside. Let's go ahead and find this piece right here, D4. I think it's one of these two. 4 is this one. And I also need C4. And this is probably going to be in here. This should be this. Right there. This gear we already cut out. We need 2 bearings. I'll double check which bearings I need. I think it's this one, but let me just double check. Yeah, it's going to be this one. And we need 2 of those. All right, so they're in there. And we also need C4. It's going to be this one right here. We used one already in the previous step. There's that. So let's see how this comes together. So we need 1 bearing here. 1 bearing on the inside. Okay. And we're going to need a pin right there. So let's make sure we get the correct pin. Doesn't look like there's any more pins on this one. And so there are 2 right here. Yes, correct. It's this pin right here. So let's see how this goes. So we'll squeeze a little bit of grease in here. And then we're going to put this rod through like this. Oh God, this is gonna be insane. Okay. And then that should go over that. Just keep turning it until it sits in. Okay, now we're going to do this side. We're going to drop that pin in here. And we're going to put this on. Make sure this pin goes on to there. Lines up. the seats down like that. And now we need to find that C-clamp. Should be this right here. And let's try to throw this in here. Okay, so that keeps falling out, so I'm just going to set this down right there. Okay, just move on to this step. We're almost done. And we're going to use 2 bearings. If you don't have bearings, you're going to be using that. But since I do have bearings, I'm going to be using this. There's another bearing inside. Anyway, so this is going to go here. And then also on this side. Okay, we need kind of grease everywhere. We're going to start with this. I'm going to make sure that's in there. And is there up and down for this? Yeah, the screw holes are towards the bottom, so it's going to be like that. And then the diff, this is the top of the diff. So it's going to sit in there like this. And I will take the opportunity to grease up the entire gear here. Okay, and then we're going to close the lid. D3 is going to be this piece right here. Okay, the screw holes are going to be here. And I believe we're just going to set it down, right? Yep. It's going to be like this. And then we're going to put 2 screws here and here. Still the MA3, the darker screws. Okay, make sure those are tight. And now we're going to put those 2 on there. They're D6. It's going to be these 2. Okay, let's see which side is up. Looks like it's going to be this side down. And it's just going to snap on, it looks like. I know there's flat spots, so there's a notch here on those 2 sides. And I believe, there you go. It's pretty straightforward when you see when you can actually see the notches. It's quite easy. I had to bring it closer to my face. Anyway, so it's those 2 sides. There you go. Okay. And there you go. It doesn't look like the next part is the part of the differential. So I'm going to wrap the video up right here. So today we've been building the Tamiya BT-01 kit. Actually, let me fix this. This didn't seat all the way. Sorry about that. Make sure it seats all the way. So it's going to look like that when you're done. Okay, so we've been building the Tamiya BT-01 chassis kit with the Supra body, and today we worked on the differential. Right before that, we kind of worked on the lower deck a little bit. All right, so I hope you enjoyed this video. Hope it's helpful. If you're building along, hit that like button. Consider subscribing. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.